Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 51 of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and fresh back from Cincinnati, it's Jenni.
What?
Severson.
It's not very interesting.
I
wish
know.
you would take that out of my intro.
Yeah. I just flew in from Cincinnati, and boy, are my arms tired.
Is that a joke? Ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. How was Cincinnati?
What?
You really left me hanging here all by my lonesome.
Oh, sorry. I am sorry about that. Interesting thing about Cincinnati. Don't know if you knew this. Cincinnati Airport is in Kentucky. So I went to Kentucky and then I drove to Indiana. So I kept telling everyone I was going to Cincinnati. Wasn't at all.
Yeah.
I did end up in Cincinnati on the third day.
On the third day.
Yeah. One day. Monday.
One day.
Tuesday. Two day. Wednesday.
Oh.
What day?
What day? What?
Thursday. The third day. I ended up in Cincinnati on the third day.
On the third day.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It wasn't very interesting. I don't know why you're bringing it up.
I don't know. Well, I bring it up only because last time you weren't here.
Oh,
so
sure.
people probably just want to confirm that everything's okay.
Oh,
with
sure.
you.
I think I was playing some putt golf. I think it was called putt. I don't know why it was called that. Some place called putt or par 3 or something. Par 3 putt. I don't know. I was doing something while you were podcasting. I feel like I was out somewhere. Wasn't I?
No, you were asleep probably because it was, I don't know. It was probably 10:30 here, so it was 11:30 your time.
Yeah. I was definitely asleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was putting.
Putt. Well, there was this super cute little place we went to in Cincinnati. I think it was called Par 3. It was an indoor mini golf, which I think we have one in Minneapolis called the Puttery. We haven't been.
No.
Looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mini golf's fun. Let's do it.
Yeah. Our kids don't really like mini golf all that much yet.
I think it's like a 21 plus situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's adults only.
Cool. Let's do it then.
They might have family days. Maybe on like Sundays.
Do they spell it D-A-Z-E?
Gross.
Family days.
I hope not. That's really dumb. I wish they wouldn't do that. I really wish they wouldn't do that.
They probably don't.
No, I feel like it was like one of those situations where like they came in 21 plus and then families were outraged. Kind of like this restaurant we have in town.
Yeah.
Short or Tall.
Yeah.
They tried to say this is adults only. And very quickly they had to roll that back. Turns out people with kids like to have fun.
Well, it's one of those things. You brought this thought into my world, into my brain, of the concept of sometimes, there are things that you would do or wouldn't do, but just the act of somebody trying to direct you to do it makes you
when someone tells you can't do something,
and
you're like, fuck you, guy.
Yeah, and so
who do you think you are, guy?
We reacted poorly to that news as well.
Yeah.
But we never
Don't tell me I can't bring my kids to this establishment.
We never bring our kids there.
No.
Like ever. And so
we only go on date nights.
But when they said like don't bring your kids here, we were like, "Hey, buddy.
Not cool.
Why don't you pump the old brakes there,
Don't you
bucko?
tell me what to do. I don't prefer that.
I will bring my kid in at 9 o'clock if I want to.
Our kids have literally never been there.
No, we ate there. They had a kitchen fire. We ate outside one time. They had like a food truck.
It was like a food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've never been inside the building.
No, and they've eaten it to go. That's not true. We ate on the patio once.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember the food truck was too spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, those situations where it seems like, perfect.
They have macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, and you
love macaroni and cheese.
And it's all amazing, and they're like, I'm not eating any of it.
This is not Kraft.
Go get me a snow cone.
This pulled pork is too pulled. I don't prefer the breading on top of this
I hate the way it's good.
I know. What are you talking about? It's literally delicious. So mad at you right now.
I don't taste any preservatives at all.
Clementine is a craft. You know what the next word is, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to use that word to describe her. But she is. You know. Search your heart. You know what it is. Anyways. So yeah, that was Cincinnati.
Yeah. My daughter's a craft whore.
I didn't say that.
Is that the one?
Yeah. Wasn't going to say it though. Like, come on.
I just had to know which one it was. Well, you know, that's great that you went to Cincinnati.
Cool. I did think it was kind of interesting, the like tri-state situation.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are really interested in that. They're like, oh, no way, that's pretty cool. And other people are like, why are you telling me this literal most boring piece of information I've ever heard? I was like, okay, so you're in one camp or the other.
Yeah.
You either think it's really interesting,
yeah,
or you're upset with me for wasting your time.
Yeah, you kind of got to know ahead of time before you get into that story
Yeah.
what your audience is.
I think it was interesting mostly because I don't pay attention to the world around me.
Sure.
So most people probably would have, looked at a map ahead of time and, investigated where they were heading. And I just kind of like plop in someplace and I'm like, where am I?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that anybody who's ever crossed a state border understands that there's really not much to it. That it's.
I will argue this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They play drinking games differently in other states?
No. I mean, just from like a just from a scenery standpoint, right? If you're in an area where you can enter a tri-state area so freely as you did, and then what you're seeing is
I find it very interesting.
So you're only fascinated by artificial lines that you can't see that exist on a map.
Yeah, but they have literal different rules.
Yeah.
Like imagine I don't know, COVID. And they all have different rules.
Yeah.
And you're literally driving in a circle and like here you might need to wear a mask and here you don't. You don't think that's interesting?
I mean,
here I can buy alcohol, but here I can't. Here I can walk with my alcohol on the street, across the street. Now I can't have my alcohol on me. Like, what? What is this? It's madness. It's madness, I say. What? I'm in Kentucky? I thought I could carry my beer around. No, you can only do that over, this other place. I don't know. I think it's interesting. It's just me.
It's not just you. I think there's a time and a place for it. But maybe this isn't it.
Oh. Understood. Got it. Understood. Your topic is not interesting. Can we please move on? Heard. What do you have?
No, I'm teasing. No,
you're the one who brought it up.
I know. Sorry. I'm still adjusting back to this having a co-host. I was running.
How did it feel to be all alone?
Great. Nobody
liked it?
nobody interrupted me. Everybody laughed at my jokes.
Ha 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 ha. I listened. I laughed at your jokes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that very much. Just the concept of you not being on the podcast, like our audience size grew by like 20%.
Because I was a viewer?
Yeah.
Woo! Yes.
This weekend, I came across a video as we were just kind of hanging out, and I was scrolling of.
Oh dear. So nervous right now. I have no idea.
No, this is great. This is actually good, wholesome family entertainment here.
Okay.
These boys, I don't know. You don't ever really see them other than just kind of in the background. And there's one boy who is running the camera, and he sounds like he's probably like tween age. Maybe he's 13, somewhere around there. on his property, they have a creek that runs through, and him and his buddies were building a fort. There's like a little island on the other side of this creek, and they had plotted out this little area. But the first thing they did was they got all these branches and they made their own bridge across this creek. And I stumbled across a video of the guy who kind of runs the camera just giving a tour of what they were doing, and he's showing their little plot, and he's like, so yeah, like be able to fish over here, and then I'll take you over here. This is where the creek comes back around, and he's like, we made these steps.
Okay guys, here's progress update number 2. We got the frame of the house up. We got our little fire pit still. We've got our bridge crossing the creek, and we've got a couple fishing spots, and we might get kayaks so we can go down the river. Also, this is probably taking us about like 3 or 4 days to do. And right here we have trails going to spots. This trail goes to the other side of the creek. I'll show you. Here's where it leads. And then there's there. And then here's the other side of the creek. And it's like a really, really big area over there with a bunch of open water to fish. And then right here we got our mailbox, and then we got the steps and everything. And also, really big shout out to Jacob, Michael, and Wes. If they didn't come over, this fort wouldn't be this good, and we're just getting started.
So cute. Adorable.
So it's just like, you know, there's like a built-in nostalgia for like that kind of time. I remember when I was growing up.
What are you doing?
My throat was dry.
Why did you do that? It's a very strange decision.
There was like I think we've talked about this, but there's an old like busted down house, but we used to always like hike back there and like play inside, which we shouldn't have been doing. It was ready to like fall over for a long time. There's a big hole in the floor. Did you go
like up a flight of stairs, or were you just on ground level?
No, it was like a split level kind of situation. So you just walked in on a level. There was an
pretty safe.
There was an attic that you could climb up into. So I did do that a couple of times, and then there was a basement that you could walk around and then kind of down underneath into. It was very cool because we would find all sorts of old trash, like old Pepsi cans and Dorito bags when the logos were different.
That's cool.
And, you know, so you just pretend, and, you know, we'd pretend that we were like the boxcar kids. Remember that?
I do remember that.
So it reminded me of that. And then I just went to go see where I found them in the process. Because sometimes, you know, you see videos, but they're like 3 months old. They're new to you, but they're not new to the internet. And so I'm like, oh, maybe
that's how I see all videos.
Yeah.
Nothing true. I've seen is new to the internet.
That's true. That's true. I forget this. And there were a couple more videos, and so somebody had started a GoFundMe for them. And the guy doing the video, when they were starting to get money, he's like, oh, thank you so much. We're going to carve everybody's name who donates money. This is amazing. We can't believe it. And I think at that point, the video I saw, had like 40,000 views. And what did I say by the time I went to donate, they were at $2,000. And so I donated $10. So I may or may not get my name carved into a piece of this thing. But to give you an update, I checked on it before we started recording. Their account actually got shut down for a second.
Why?
Well, I think because of like guidelines, they're underage. And I think they were getting to the point where it was going to be monetized. So for some reason, they turned it over to the guy who's kind of running the show behind the camera, his older sister's boyfriend, who is 19. And so he got them back online. But they have now 100,000 followers, and their GoFundMe has raised like a little over $8,000. So now they're the original plot now is just going to be their lake place for the summers, and he's showing off where they're going to build their actual fort. So now they're getting a lake place and a fort with their money. They've got it all blueprinted out. It's the best thing ever. Cute. I can't wait to see it get finished.
It's so adorable.
So
it's just good, wholesome fun.
Yeah.
Right.
The video, so people can go if you want to donate to these guys, and they get the thank you videos are the best part. This kid is so excited at every new follower and every dollar donated. I mean,
I just wanted to come down here and tell you guys something. We have made almost $8,000, and I am just beyond grateful. I did not expect it to get up this much, and we are having people take videos of ours and like remix them and say how good of a job we're doing. I just want to say thank you to all you guys, and everyone who likes the bridge too.
These four guys have just got to be losing their mind, you know?
So
it's
cute.
Awesome.
Thank you for donating.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Very fun. Very fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see how their whole situation turns out. They did the concept of moving the original location or the main location closer to his house, because now they're gonna run power to it. So they're gonna have like a whole setup.
So cute.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see it.
I can't imagine that they're gonna lose interest and stop working on it.
I know. That's the thing, right? Like
it is cute though.
Sure would be a lot of fun to take that $8,000 and do a lot of things. I don't know.
There's nothing interesting enough.
No.
See, that is why I think it's going to continue, because $8,000 isn't enough to do something really cool.
But it is enough to make the job a lot easier.
Totally. Right? It's enough to make their fort cool. It's not enough to go do something else with the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're going to follow through.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yep.
Can't wait to see the update.
Yes. We'll keep track of that. This is another thing I came across that kind of blew my mind for a second.
It doesn't take much.
It's true. It's kind of mean.
You're right.
Oh, thanks for unpacking my intelligence.
You're just going to cut this out, please. It's too uncomfortable. Nobody wants to see. Just go ahead and cut that out.
It's about what's the name of it now? I'm forgetting the term that is being used. Airport theory. Okay. Are you familiar with this?
Airport theory?
Yeah.
Unfamiliar.
Okay. And so the first video I saw was this girl going, airport theory. It's X amount of minutes until my flight boards, and I'm just entering the airport at this time. And she ends up being the first person on the flight. And the moral of the story is she got through security and got to her gate very quickly, far ahead of guidelines.
Okay. Yes. Been there, obviously.
Right.
We all have.
So there are a bunch of videos of people doing this. And so I saw a guy kind of expand on it and go, in just kind of explaining what airport theory is. And then he does it. He goes, I live 20 minutes. It's good to have your yawns back. He's like, I live 20 minutes from the Tampa airport.
Okay.
And that he's like, typically what I do is allocate 20 minutes for security in my walk to the gate.
20 minutes?
And so he goes, this is airport theory. So then he basically wore like a GoPro or something on his chest, and then held his phone with a timer. And he from his doorstep, like through security, it ended up taking him like 14 minutes.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you should allocate 20 minutes.
Right. Well, so here's the thing that occurred to me as cause I was like, so what kind of, but then what I realized, like, the guidelines, everybody has an interest in people spending time at the airport, right? Like they
No, the airline doesn't.
Well, no.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
No. The airline wants to give you the best experience possible. They don't want you
But the airline isn't setting the expectation, is it? The recommendation?
No, I'm just answering your question. You said everybody has an interest in getting you into the airport, and I was just saying no, the airline doesn't. I mean, they want you on time.
Well,
their interest is ensuring that people are having a good experience making their flights on time.
But they want the airport to also be a good airport, right? Like Delta has a vested interest in Minneapolis Airport being clean and nice,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so my point is I have experienced more often than the alternative that security is a breeze.
Yes. Especially of late.
I would say for me and how much I've traveled, which isn't a lot over the course of the last 10, 12 years, I can remember maybe one time where I felt like security was a real pain in the Denver airport 4th of July weekend.
Sure.
That's it. And so it's an interesting thing though, because I am very anchored myself to a longer arrival time. Although recently we've both become a little more, we're closer to an hour than we are to an hour and a half, I would say nowadays.
No, arrive at the airport. So I'm anchored to 2 hours, but to me that means I'm parking at 2 hours. I'm pulling into the parking ramp at 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's my anchor for sure.
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes I definitely have gotten through in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
From parking ramp through security. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. But that doesn't mean
it doesn't change it doesn't change my theory of it at all, because I like it for all the reasons. I mean, especially as somebody who can get anxious, it just removes that whole variable for me just to be there, to not have to feel rushed through security or, get annoyed by people not knowing when to take off their belt and that kind of stuff. But it is an interesting concept that, if you don't travel very often at all, you wouldn't really have a working concept of what's real and what's not. So it makes sense that things get so jammed up during spring break, because people are probably coming at all different times, and there's so many more people traveling. But outside of those big events, right, it's never really that bad. It's always like less than 5 minutes at Minneapolis Airport.
I want to talk about airport theory. Is there something on there about drinking alcohol no matter what time of day your flight is?
Oh, well.
Is that an airport
theory?
I
mean, airport, yeah. I mean, of course. That's,
6 a.m. flight? Sure.
No, it's theory isn't right. There's got to be a term more concrete than that. It's like airport law, right? Like, yeah, if you're in the airport, no matter the occasion you're traveling for, a drink is always appropriate.
Absolutely.
If you want to have a cocktail, you're flying, it's appropriate. You can get away with it no matter what the reason. You're traveling for fun. Celebrate. You're having a
Let's do it.
celebration drink. You're going to a funeral. Well, you're bummed. You're having a drink. You're scared to fly. You've got anxiety. You're having a drink. You can have a drink for any reason in an airport, and it's perfectly acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I would like to double down on that and say that when they offer you a double, you just say yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
just
are the
go
other
for it.
airport theories? Are there more?
Well, this is like we're talking about for ideal like airport travel.
Oh no, I was talking about this
No, the theory is
area
just
of the internet you found yourself.
no,
on.
no. It's the airport theory is just the concept that the suggested wait time is highly inflated.
I feel like they need to rename this theory.
I know.
Airport theory is much too broad.
I agree.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree with them though. They're accurate. It's good. It's right. Good for them.
yeah, it's right. It's good to know, I suppose, but it doesn't change anything about the way I operate.
No. Agree.
But what do you think, like, if you were gonna, like free pass, no consequences, it's like a game show. If you had to guess your airport theory from where we sit right now to gate G12
From
in MSP
this stool?
from this stool
Oh.
right now and this
I
is
don't think airport theory can count your drive to the airport.
oh well we just talked about a whole example where a guy did, so I think
Well, he was giving a very specific example.
oh I know, and I was just trying to create our own very specific example.
Got it. Okay.
It's
Well, I'm just
it's
saying.
a very hypothetical
Everybody
situation.
has different transportation
No, I
time
know
to the airport.
what is our airport theory.
How fast could I get from this stool
Yeah,
to my gate?
to gate G12. You know where G12 is? Let's see.
55 minutes.
55. Ooh. You're parking gold and you're getting a front row spot.
I'm parking green.
Oh, green.
And I'm absolutely getting a front row spot. And I'm not checking a bag.
Yeah, I know, but gotta hustle.
I love to hustle.
Because what do you think you're getting to the airport in 38 minutes?
Okay. Sure.
Well,
I got to break this down. I'm just giving you my total number. I didn't know I was going to have to break it down.
well, how did you come to your total number if you didn't break it down in your head?
Oh, is that how you do it? You break it down and then do like math? Oh, that's a weird way to do it. Gotta say. Don't know why you do it that way.
How do you do it? You just guess a number?
Guess a number from what I could get from this stool to my gate.
Man. I would say no, it's more like 40 minutes. So I would
40?
No, the drive. So I would say
But this isn't relevant to anybody else because nobody else has our same drive to the airport. That's what I'm saying. It's a very specific to you number. It's not interesting to other people.
that's why I'm breaking it down.
Oh.
Because then it's relevant at MSP. What's your so and I don't have pre-check or anything. And that's still I'm estimating if I'm going to take my average security time like over the course of my last 20 flights out of Minneapolis, it's probably 15 minutes.
If that.
And so I'm parking and getting there in 3. So, and you're to the gate in another 5 on the other, no, less than that on the other side. So.
Do you need a coffee?
No.
Then yeah.
Yeah, the only way you can get a coffee is if you're there 2 hours early. There's no time for fun if you're testing a theory. But yeah, so I think I could get from parking ramp to gate in under 20. for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Okay. Well, then don't.
Oh.
No one's making you.
Oh.
This is your own analysis. You're in
Yeah.
charge. You're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
In this situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've been watching. There's a new O.J. Simpson documentary, so I'm reliving that.
Seems necessary.
It's actually very interesting. That case is quite fascinating. Every time I go and look at it, the guiltier and guiltier he is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know what to say about that.
It is so unbelievable. But I have talked about it before. I never could remember why I saw the Bronco chase. The Twitch.
Because you were a human being alive at the time.
Well,
everybody saw the Bronco race.
it was more like, why would I have?
I saw the Bronco.
Yeah, it was during the NBA Finals. That's why I saw it.
Oh.
So the NBA they broke into the NBA Finals and interrupted. That's how big it was.
Oh.
Like, it's crazy when you look back at the amount of people that were on the overpasses, like cheering him on. And then when you stop and now in retrospect, you look at it and these people are just cheering on somebody who brutally murdered two people.
It's not a good look.
It is awful.
It
is the most unbelievable thing. But it's a fascinating story. And the details that come out, like this one, their big thing is they're showing all this evidence that never got introduced, that of course in retrospect seems very obvious, but I don't know the circumstances that led to it not being
there's reasons that they weren't introduced, of course.
So
certainly.
But
trust the system a little.
But it is fascinating to see interviews with the detectives that were in charge of it. They don't seem to really get along, any of them. I think everybody who was involved in this thing really consumed their lives. And
I believe it. I just can't believe there's still more content to be produced on this topic. I think it would be a little tired by now. How is there another documentary on this?
Yeah, it's strange, right? Like, I don't know why it's so fascinating, but it is. I think what's so fascinating about it is you want to get to the root of how somebody who is so clearly guilty and in the public eye got off. It just doesn't make any sense. And so of course there's and that's what's so fascinating about it. It's such a cultural moment because it has everything to do with LA at that time and Rodney King and politics and all these terrible, terrible things. And then O.J. Simpson was just this beloved guy. I mean, he was so good in the Naked Gun movies. Everybody loved him. And then it's just like, what? And then it's just everywhere. They estimated that 97 million people watched the Bronco chase on TV. 97 million people in 1994.
It's a lot of people.
That's crazy. Man. So I've been watching that. So I'll let you know once I finish the documentary if I still believe that he's guilty. I'm not gonna judge.
Waiting for the update. I'm on pins and needles. What could you possibly believe?
The thing that actually is what there is to add from documentaries like this is like Kato Kaelin. That guy really got a raw deal for just staying at somebody's house and then just being turned into this laughing stock for absolutely no reason. Like, he didn't do anything. He just happened to be home when OJ was hiding murder weapons. And everybody just started making fun of him. And
I don't know enough to be knowledgeable on this
yeah,
topic.
I don't know either. I could be making it all up, but I don't know. Watching it, I felt bad for Kato Kalin. So I don't know. It seems like he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I guess that's everybody in the situation, right? If they were involved, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, anywho, Super Bowl is this weekend.
All right.
Between?
I know this.
Mm-hmm.
It's between the Chiefs
Yes.
and the Eagles.
That's right. And their cities are?
Kansas City and Philadelphia.
There you go.
Why are you being a jerk?
I'm not.
You don't think I know this? I'm actually pretty impressed with myself right now. Pretty proud.
Did the Jets get new costumes? Yes, it is. The Chiefs are going for their third consecutive Super Bowl victory.
That's fun.
It depends on who you ask.
I mean,
don't
I
know.
think it's fun. Are you asking me?
Yeah, well, some people are getting sick of the Chiefs. They think there's rumors that they might be getting a lot of favor with the NFL referees, and
I don't know anything about the subject, but I'm
Yeah.
going to disagree.
yeah,
I don't think that's probably true.
yeah, it doesn't seem likely. But people really like the idea that the NFL is fixed. It makes them feel better about their teams losing, I think.
I feel like they should find something else to care about.
Yeah, no, I think the identity of being a hardcore NFL sports fan is just always being in the first stage of grief, just constant denial, and it's gonna get better someday.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. There are some interesting prop bets. These aren't real because
Okay.
you can't bet. Well, you can't bet legally like at sports books on things not related to the game. So these are just kind of made up, swinging around the internet kind of things.
Okay.
So,
It's my favorite kind of thing.
so money odds are heavy on the no on this. Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift.
100% no. I bet everything I own on this. Not a chance.
Wow. Everything you own.
It's not much.
Man.
No, of course not. What? No way.
I mean, it would be awful, but I could see it happening.
No.
Think Taylor Swift will make an appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick Lamar.
No.
Yeah. Nah.
She might be on camera, but it's not because she's making an appearance.
How many times will Taylor Swift be shown on camera? Over, under 6.5.
Over. The entire Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Definitely over.
Definitely over.
Yeah, certain.
Definitely over 6.5. Man. We'll have to count that one up.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But like, remember to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Will Taylor Swift be wearing Travis Kelce's jersey during the game?
Like his number or his like actual jersey?
Oh, that's it says jersey. So I don't know. You'd have to check in with the bookie, I guess, at the time of placing the bet.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I feel like man. Probably, right?
I would think so.
Or maybe something just with his number on it, like a jacket or something, like with that looks like a jersey.
Yes, that is another option.
Color of Taylor Swift's
Why are
lipstick.
these all about Taylor Swift?
That's all it's all about.
Her lipstick is red. She always wears red lipstick, doesn't she?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she does.
I mean,
Isn't that
probably
her
not
like
always.
signature look?
I think it's I think so. But
Oh.
yeah, and you would guess given the Chiefs colors are red, like be weird if she.
I don't think it has anything to do with the Chiefs' colors. I think that's just the color lipstick she wears.
I know, but I'm saying also.
Coincidentally.
Sure. It's the most popular color of lipstick also happens to be the color of the Chiefs, which is the most popular primary color of sports teams.
Sure. Okay. Is it really red? I feel like blue is more popular than red.
Probably pretty close.
I'm going to guess blue.
Well, we weren't playing that game, so I don't give a shit.
Understood.
Where will Donna Kelsey be sitting? In front of Swift? Either side of Swift? Behind Swift?
Is that his mom?
Yes.
Either side.
Either side?
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll be behind. I think she'll be more like active and up, and she'll be more frequently behind.
Jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Clapping her hands.
Yeah.
Pumping her fist.
Yeah. Right. Like I feel like just mom energy would be like, I shouldn't be in the front row because I'm going to be ridiculous.
Depends on the mom, I guess.
That's true. I don't know Donna Kelsey at all, so I don't know what I'd expect out of her. It makes it tough on this front.
That does make it tough.
But I'm going to go behind.
All right.
Donna Kelsey will be behind her. Will Kendrick Lamar perform a Taylor Swift cover song?
Of course not.
No.
Why would he do that? That would be the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
These were all about Taylor Swift.
Yes, they were. The prop bets are all over the place. I was just doing like. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to do the football ones?
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing the ones of interest. I don't know.
When was the last time the Eagles won? Was it recently?
Yeah, just a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, John Batiste is singing the national anthem. He's the band leader for Stephen Colbert's Tonight Show.
Oh.
He's like a genius. He's on the spectrum, but just
Oh, we saw him play that video of him playing piano.
yes.
Yeah.
That guy.
That was cool.
He's doing the national anthem.
Very cool.
So there's probably an over-under on how long it is, but he's somebody that I don't care.
Over.
It probably will be over.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like usually like a minute and 17 seconds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so talented. That'll be good.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Much better than Fergie.
I like Fergie.
Do you remember her?
Did she do a bad job?
Yeah. All-Star game.
I can't remember. Was it
National
really
anthem.
bad? Was it a long time ago?
Yeah, I mean, just sometimes I think
One bad performance.
I know.
Fergie's great,
Fergie.
isn't she?
She's Fergalicious.
Is she the worst? I don't know.
I don't
Is she
think
the best?
I don't know. She's married to Josh Duhamel. He's from North Dakota.
Well, that's
a
very
fact.
interesting. I'm very interested in this information.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel bad that you have one bad performance, and then that's all everybody ever talks about.
Yeah.
Is that one time you sucked at the national anthem?
Yeah, I don't
It's
think.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I think she's mostly okay. I think she also like publicly wet her pants on stage once somehow. Like there's pictures of that. She's had a couple of situations
Well,
that don't look the best in retro.
This was just on a YouTube video that Clementine was watching about Taylor Swift and how does Taylor Swift go to the bathroom during her concert. There was a whole YouTube video about it.
Huh.
Your concerts are 3 hours long.
Yeah.
What do you do if you got to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. I mean, I always kind of assume that when there's kind of those longer breaks, that's what's going on.
I don't think so.
Oh, so what happens? I mean, most of the time they're working so hard, right? That, once you start sweating and doing physical activity. Like it's pretty rare to have to go to the bathroom in the middle of exertion like that.
3 hours is a long time.
3 hours is a long time. That's true.
Just saying.
What are you saying again?
I don't think we should judge Fergie for peeing her pants while performing.
Got it. I don't even know if that's true.
Oh.
You shouldn't be spreading those rumors like that.
You said it. Not me. I didn't say it. You did. I support you, Fergie.
Yes, I
hope
do
I'm supposed
too.
to be supporting Fergie.
I mean, who
I'm
cares?
really going all in on
Yeah.
her, and I don't really know if I should be.
That's
but
okay.
It's what I'm deciding to do in this moment.
Yeah, I think that's all right. So yeah, Super Bowl is coming up. I'm bummed about the game. I guess Jude has decided we're Eagles fans. So go Eagles.
Why are you bummed about that?
I didn't really prefer either of these teams. They both have won recently, and it would have been more fun. The Commanders and the Bills both would have been it's more fun to see people who haven't been there.
Yeah,
it's kind of true. And it's not really about the teams or the players for me. It's more about their fan bases. Mm-hmm. It's like sometimes fan bases need to get checked a little, you know? You gotta build some character. Like Vikings fans have been for the past 65 years or whatever it's been.
Might be a little too much character, but yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, can you have too much character?
Yes.
Oh. What does that look like? Caricature. That's a caricature.
Oh, what? Yes. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay. Well, so we're Eagles fans. We don't think that Travis Kelce is going to propose. You're betting the over hard that Taylor Swift will be on camera more than 6.5 times.
Mm-hmm. How are you on the camera for half of a time?
Well, like maybe if you're just in frame. Or, you know, like if you just
see your legs.
Yes.
I see your legs.
Boobs and bush.
I think those are going to be covered.
Yes, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
And what did she think it is? The Grammys? Kanye just shows up not invited, and that is
my word.
It's still I still am looking forward to find the explanation for the artistic expression. I didn't really understand it. The
alarming.
Message.
It was an alarming situation.
It was.
Yeah, it didn't make me feel very safe.
Well, I kept rewatching it just to try to find the message, because it felt like there was something deep that I was supposed to see. So I wasn't. I was trying to see if it was like when she turns around.
No.
Like, is there a hand gesture or something that she's trying to communicate? But no matter where you zoom in, she's just kind of naked under that thing. Turns out, so
it was very, very alarming. Him, not her. His behavior was very alarming.
That's an interesting thing to say when somebody got naked in public.
Well, it was very clear who was in control of that situation.
You think that she was under duress?
Well, yeah, it was totally disgusting. Yes.
Yeah.
She was just doing as she was told. It was like really alarming.
Well,
I didn't like it.
People have a hard time recognizing Kanye's genius, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know. I think that he's a creep.
Oh, that's certainly true. But I don't. Can you? They're not mutually exclusive, are they? You can be a creep and a genius. Yeah.
Sure. I think he's not a genius.
Oh, got it.
Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fashion icon?
False.
I mean, he had some good albums.
Okay.
A while ago.
That's interesting. It was just a really uncomfortable dynamic. She was not doing that for herself.
Yeah.
She was doing as she was told, and it was gross.
Yeah, right. Yes, very strange. One last thing. I just thought of this. We watched Groundhog Day recently.
Oh my gosh.
On Groundhog Day.
I love Groundhog Day.
It's such a good movie.
It's so good.
It is. It's better every time I see it. I enjoy different things every time. There's so many subtle jokes. It's so rewatchable.
It literally is so rewatchable.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, I've seen that movie so many times. Every time you pick up on something.
Yeah, you catch something new every time. It's really great. I came across though a group of girls on TikTok traveling to Punxsutawney for the actual Groundhog Day this year, and so they got to Gobbler's Knob where they do the whole ceremony, and they got there at like midnight, and then partied through the morning until the announcement. And they have and it's like packed. There's a stage, they have bands and sing-alongs and all this stuff. It's just like an all-night party leading up to the whole thing. And then I don't know, it cut off after the shadow reveal, and I'm like, so then what? So now it's
over.
It's what day is going? It's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So Sunday's not so bad. But you know what I mean? Like the people that go do that on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you've been partying all night and now it's a Tuesday at
Well, I'm sure they took the day off.
7. No, I know, but still it's a Tuesday at 7 in the morning in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
They definitely don't have enough lodging for all the people that arrive at the town. For sure. It's a small town.
Yeah.
And 20,000 people go.
Yeah, these girls drove in from, I mean, some
don't even know where they
distance.
sleep.
Yeah.
I saw that it used to be before the movie, it was 2,000 people maybe would come. And then after the movie, it's 20,000 plus come every year.
Yeah. It's so wild. I have no desire to go there.
I mean, I would go there.
I mean,
it sounds kind of fun.
really?
6 more weeks of winter.
6 more weeks of winter.
I would go literally just to say that. Literally.
What
And
if-
he's wrong 70% of the time.
Yeah.
60-something% of
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's not about that. And
It's just literally I don't know. 3 German people decided to go out in the woods, and then 100 years later, people literally travel to go do it.
yeah.
How? Imagine you and your friends going out in the woods to do something stupid.
Right. Yeah. It certainly starts. They were probably all drunk.
Yeah.
And
It was being dumb.
Yeah. And, somebody came up with it at dawn, and it was the funniest thing that had ever happened in the town.
Yeah.
And then everybody just started repeating it. And then, absolutely.
That part's fun.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I like that idea very much. I just somebody really came up with that, It was
They were just drunk in the
they
woods.
drug a groundhog out of a hole, and somebody said that.
Yeah. It did have some. I actually got hyper fixated last night. It was after we watched it, I was all over the internet.
Yeah.
Just because I was interested. It does have roots in, it was badgers or something in Germany. It was a badger, and then it was a bear in other places. And so it does have other roots. But in this situation, I'm definitely just picturing 3 drunk guys in the woods.
No, I like that. Yeah, I like that version better. That's the version I'm telling. I don't care.
There's all these people that try to decipher or determine how many days he actually lived. And it's 8 years to thousands of years, based on what type of equation you're using.
Well, it had to be a lot. He learned French poetry by heart.
Mm-hmm.
He learned to play the piano
Mm-hmm.
from no knowledge. He learned the schedule of the town, the history of everybody in it.
Yeah.
He got engaged. That was the part that got me this time. He's on a date. They're dressed up to go to a Western movie at the movie theater. And he's dressed up in, like a Clint Eastwood style poncho with the cigar, and the girl that he was engaged to and several of the days that he lived walks by, and he
Told you. Call me Bronco.
Sorry, Bronco.
Hi, Nancy. My old fiance doesn't remember me.
It's such a good movie. I remember I saw it the first time in the theater when it came out. Then I was obviously when it came out, and I was too young to get it.
Oh, yeah.
And because it was marketed, at least as far as I could tell, like a slapstick kind of comedy movie. Like I remember it was very prominent in the trailer, the scene when they are, when he's killing himself by driving the truck off the quarry. And he's saying, like, don't drive angry, don't drive angry. I'm pretty sure in the trailer, like, that was very prominent, but it was presented as kind of like this, it's like a Buddy and his Groundhog friend kind of movie. It's not suggested that he's actually stolen the groundhog to commit groundhogicide and suicide.
Groundhogicide. Is that a thing? I think that was the
pesticide.
Screenwriter versus the director.
Harold Ramis.
He was a director, but he didn't write it.
He didn't write it.
I think he's like credited as a writer, but it's for rewrites. The original screenplay or the original script was much darker, and then Harold Ramis turned it into a comedy.
Yeah,
but the author never intended it to be a comedy.
Yeah,
so that's probably what you were observing.
Well, right. I mean, of course, there's that very dark period he goes through. But it's all very like, he goes and just takes the toaster out of the breakfast. Yeah. And when he gets good at, he knows the whole episode of Jeopardy by heart.
Lakes and rivers for 1,000.
Milky colored from glacial clay when entering Lake Geneva, this river is clear blue upon exiting. Jim?
What is the Rhone?
The Rhone, good for $1,000. You are $500 off the lead right now.
Let's go to Inventors for 200.
They're so amazed.
That made me so happy. I wanted to clap too. Harold Ramis and Bill Murray stopped talking in this production. And then they didn't talk for like years.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah. I feel like just the content of the script is it's a heavy topic,
Totally.
Because it doesn't take long when you start thinking about it on your own. You run through the good and the bad of what it would be. Like you see it very clearly.
He doesn't go
very
full
quickly.
dark.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh God. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Dark.
I know.
Dark.
He doesn't go there.
I could go there.
Yes, we know. We know.
Okay. Well, Groundhog's Day, you should do an annual watch.
Gotta do it.
It's worth doing every year. You enjoy something new every year. So
Agree.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
We missed you.
Thanks.
Should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
See you next week, everybody.